Good morning and welcome back to the Adventures of Mac and Anthea. In today's video I'm going to be highlighting the problems I've found with the new DJI NEO regarding connection problems and compatibility issues with mobile phones. So I suspect there's a lot of you out there who've been considering buying the NEO or have actually gone and taken the plunge and bought the NEO after watching lots of videos on it. And you probably thought like me, oh, it'll come in the box, I'll pull out the box, charge the battery, click a few buttons and it'll be up in the air flying. Unfortunately, it isn't exactly completely plug in and play. It isn't a case of just taking it out of the box. You actually have to download the DJI Fly app and you have to connect the drone to the Fly app. After that's done, yes, you could just do it by pushing a series of buttons and you don't have to carry a mobile phone or anything else with you. You just use the drone alone and it does work as described. So the new NEO arrived after a couple of days. I got it out of the box and I thought, right, straight into connection time. I charged the batteries first. Put the first one in at charge and we started trying to connect it to the phone. I've got a Blackview phone. I'll put the details of them up later on. And I tried to go through the connection guide. Now, I spent hours trying to connect it, repeatedly trying different things to get it to connect over and over again, and it just wouldn't have it. I then tried another mobile phone, wouldn't have it either. And then I tried my tablet and it connected and worked straight in, exactly how it was, just followed the instructions, went straight into it. I also tried my wife's phone, which is very similar to my phone, and that also connected straight away with it as well. So what does it turn out the problem is? Now, I'm not an expert on this, but I've had a quick look, and as far as I can tell, the problem with this is when you connect up and put on your NEO and spark him up, he actually sends out the equivalent to a Wi-Fi signal, the same sort of thing as what your household router sends out. So that when you were searching the networks on your phone, for a network to connect to, it'll come up DJI NEO, but not on all phones. And I've tried several of my phones. I'll just demonstrate it to you in a minute. That when you actually try and search for it without even going into connection, and to try and see if you're actually picking up or whether your phone's seeing the NEO connection, a lot of phones it isn't showing up on. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get all the phones I've got and the tablet lined up to actually show you firsthand what happens. This is a good way to test your NEO as soon as it arrives, before you even start downloading the DJI app or, you know, driving yourself crazy trying to get it to connect. Just try this quick, simple method first before you do any of that, to actually see and check whether your phone or your device is compatible with the DJI NEO. Okay, so I'm going to try and demonstrate this now. So you've got your brand new NEO straight out the box. You've recharged your battery fully. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to start it up to get it transmitted. So it's quick, short push, full push till it comes on. See the rotor's moving. So that's now sending out the Wi-Fi signal. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to try out these various phones we've got in the tablet. So we're going to switch Wi-Fi on here, first phone, Wi-Fi on second phone, third phone, and the tablet. So now obviously they're searching for potential networks. So the first one here, you can see it's picked up the Palm Pro, which is the actual camera I'm using. It's picking up the Wi-Fi from the house, but you can see here it's got the DJI NEO on there. So that will work. We move along to the next one, and you can see we've got again the house one, the Palm Pro and everything, but there's no NEO on that phone. We'll try here again. This has come out of it. This is searching. We've got the Palm Pro again, which is the actual camera I'm using, but as you can see, there's absolutely no other networks. And then as we come along to the tablet, you can see we've got the Palm Pro, we've got the house Wi-Fi, and there we've got the DJI NEO there. So the thing is, but the bottom line is of all of that, the NEO will work with this tablet, and it will work with this phone, but it won't work with these two phones, not at all. Okay then, so let me just quickly check what these phones are. This phone is a Blackview. It's a 5300 Pro. Works with this one. This, strangely enough, is the BV5300 Plus. Only slightly different, got a bit more memory. Doesn't work with that for some reason, even running the same Android system. Then we've got the BV9500 Plus. Doesn't work with that. And then what we've got here is we've got the Blackview Tab 6. Does work with that. Okay, so as you can see from that test, it's only actually working on 2 out of 4 devices. Now, you might be thinking, you know, my favourite devices is these Blackview rugged phones. You may think, oh, well, you've got a really obscure device there. What do you expect? But I have actually been online. There's not a lot of chatter about this. It doesn't seem like a big problem. But there are a few other devices. And I'll just quickly read them off to you of people who said that they don't work on. There's the Pixel 2 running on Android 11. The Redmi Note 12 Pro. The Xiaomi, I don't know if I pronounced that right, the Xiaomi Mi 9T, and someone else who tried it on the MacBook Air. It also seems to work if you try it on Windows 11 through your PC, it will actually pick it up as a network. But the thing is with this, you know, unless your phone or your device is picking up the Wi-Fi and coming up as your DJI NEO, when you search networks, it's pointless continue any further than that, because there's no way you'll be able to connect using the DJI Fly app. So if you've bought the new Neo and you've got the same problems as me, what are your options really? For me, of course, it works on my tablet, but I don't really want to carry my tablet around in my pocket as well, so I can access the more advanced functions. My wife's phone works with it, and she's normally out and about with me when I go and do anything, so that's really probably going to be my option, at least until DJI do some sort of update to solve this problem. Another option, obviously, is if you bought the controller, which I did, not really because I wanted to use it as as a typical drone and fly it with the controller. I wanted access to the more advanced settings still for the picture settings, and also because the controller works with the Mini Pro 4, it also means at a later date when I upgrade my drone, I only have to buy the drone and the battery. I don't have to buy another controller. So that was the reason for me buying the controller. As far as I'm concerned, carrying the controller around with you sort of defeats the whole object of the DJI NEO. It's a waste of time. So yeah, they're really my options. Now, I suppose the only other option is you know, you might decide, well, I'll go out and buy a really cheap phone just to use with my Neo. But again, you know, sort of all of a sudden then you've got what started out being a cheap €200 drone now starting to get a little bit more expensive when you've got to buy, you know, an additional phone specifically just to use this drone. I suppose the only other option after that is, you know, you may just feel that Neo's not the one. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys out there, if anybody's had first-hand practical experience of a workaround around this problem, not a theorist, please. You know, we haven't overlooked the obvious. You know, no obvious things, please, like firmware update and all this thing. It's all been done. All the obvious things have been tried. But if you've had first-hand experience of doing this and had this problem and managed to find a workaround, please leave something down on the comments, and I'll make another video as part 2 to this to help other people out. Also, if you've got the new DJI NEO and it works perfectly with your phone, please leave a note in the comments, the make and model of your phone, so we can compile a list of all the phones it works on. And of course, the reverse of that, if you've bought a new Neo and it's not working with your phone, please also leave it down in the comments what that phone is, make and model, so we can also make a list of phones that it definitely doesn't work on. So I think all that remains is to thank you for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.